other big process rolling out at the moment is vaccines for teachers across the country. You know how important this is, right? 580,000 teachers in the next 2 weeks. Well, let's go to the Western Cape. Our reporter, Athi Mtongana, joining us now. She's standing by. Athi, what's the picture there?
A very good afternoon to you, Stephen. I was just saying now to the MEC for Education here in the Western Cape, Davy Schaefer, and she was also agreeing with me that she's actually never seen such excitement and a hive of activity at a vaccination site. But let me get into conversation then with her. MEC, we can see that the educators here are quite excited, to say the least, to get those vaccine jabs. We just witnessed the first teacher in the province to get vaccinated. Talk to us about the plans for this particular province.
Yes, it is exciting indeed, and you're quite right. And most people are a bit anxious when they go and get vaccinations, and there is a little bit of that, but there certainly is a lot of excitement because I really think that this is the beginning of us opening up the education sector properly again, so that we can try and really get back to school and remediate those learning losses that have happened. So we've been working with our Department of Health as soon as we heard we were getting the vaccines, and our health department in the province has been phenomenal in organising for us, assisting us in the rollout. They've got 2 big sites in the metro of Cape Town, and they've got other sites around the different parts of the province. And we are going to be vaccinating 55,200 people before the 8th of July because the vaccine allocation that we got had an expiry date attached to it. So because we are an organised sector, it was felt that we could really make the most of it. So it's a big operation, but with our health department, we are very confident that we will be able to achieve it.
Talk to us about the importance of getting the education sector inoculated, particularly considering the fact that we do have a lot of teachers who actually have underlying conditions, those comorbidities which prevent them from actually at some instances going into school and being able to teach, bearing in mind that there's this rotational system that learners still have to adhere to.
Yes, well, as you know, the Minister has gazetted that primary school should come back completely from the end of July. So that obviously does cause a bit of anxiety in schools where they don't have enough space. So the fact that teachers can now get vaccinated, there really should now be no need for them to be concerned. Obviously, we know that the vaccine doesn't stop people getting COVID completely, but it certainly prevents serious illness. And we really hope that this will now be able to bring back all our learners to schools very soon. So that they can all be back, because at the moment, as you said, the rotation system means that not everybody is at school every day. It causes a lot of problems, not only from learning curriculum losses, it also causes problems for parents, for example, who have to work and they have to take their children to school one day and make plans the other day. So there are a huge lot of implications for the fact that schools can be open and for our economy as well.
MEC, there are several lobby groups, including political parties, that have been calling for school closures during the 3rd wave. We know particularly in provinces like Gauteng, where they've been hard hit this time around, and we know that the numbers are gradually increasing here in the province as well. Have you received any kind of calls in this province to shut down schools until, they try to contain the spread?
Not really significant ones, no. We've had discussions at a national level, and we basically all agreed across the country to go with a risk-adjusted approach, which we've been advocating for in the Western Cape for a long time. I believe that's the most responsible way to do it. If there are areas where there are huge infection rates, then those areas can close, or that particular school can close if necessary, and we will do that. But the discretion is now being left up to the provinces to make those decisions, which I welcome. Because the infection, the virus doesn't affect every province equally at the same time. So it doesn't make sense for one province to close because another province has got a huge amount of infection. So I think that's far more responsible. When you look at the numbers of people who are actually infected at schools, it really is a fraction. Obviously, one infection is too much, but given the numbers that are getting infected versus the number of learners who actually should be going to school, it's a really, really tiny fraction. So I think that's the most responsible approach, is to take the risk-adjusted differentiated strategy.
Now, as I let you go, MEC, we saw the MEC in Gauteng getting his jab. Are you looking at getting vaccinated?
I'll wait my turn for my age group to open up. We are going to concentrate first on getting our frontline workers vaccinated.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. You can go off the MEC for Education here in the Western Cape, Debbie Schaefer, saying she's going to wait her turn, Stephen. Unlike what we've seen in Gauteng with the MEC, they're getting his jab. She says she's going to wait for her age group to be called upon. She just wants at this stage all the frontline workers, of course, including the teachers right now who are currently getting inoculated. We witnessed the first teacher in the province who got her jab. And now just a quick recap on the numbers in as far as infections are concerned at schools. As of Monday, Stephen, we have had about 249 active cases with regards to staff members, which accounts to 0.6%, and 555 for learners, and that accounts to 0.05% of learners in this province who are infected, or rather the active cases in this education sector. Now, Stephen, I must tell you that there are a lot of teachers that are here, many of them very looking forward towards getting their vaccine. Many of them have comorbidities, and so getting vaccinated will mean for them getting back to school so that they can continue teaching and learning across the province.